Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. So I'm hanging out today in the office with Oakley. He's sleeping and he's probably going to get annoyed with me. He's sleeping, and the fact that I'm talking, he's probably going to get up and leave before too long. But I know that you guys like to see him, so I just wanted to let you say hi before he decides to get up and leave. And he has been snoring. So like, if don't be surprised if while I'm talking, if you hear him snoring and grunting and making all kinds of weird noises. He does that. So anyway, if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. My name is Stacy. Just a little bit about me. I'm a nurse. I am married. I am a dog mom. I live in Iowa, and I started doing the keto diet in 2019. And so currently it is 2022. So it's been a few years. Last year, I did a little bit of experimenting more with the carnivore diet because it made me feel a lot better. And then after a year of just kind of focusing on healing my body, eating lots of, animal protein, lots of fat, just healing my hormones, just all that good stuff. I've made a lot of progress in a lot of things, and I feel really good. And so just within this year, I have kind of been transitioning a little bit back to more ketovore. I still eat, like most days I am carnivore. I eat mostly meat, eggs, butter, cheese. Pretty much everything I eat is focused around that. But I do once in a while still have some veggies. There are a few veggies that don't upset my stomach, that don't make me feel bad. So I don't eat them every day, but I eat them once in a while. And so, it's been quite a journey because a lot of people don't understand keto. They don't understand the health benefits of keto. And I have had so many people reach out to me, like send me messages, call me, talk to me about how concerned they are about my eating habits. And I get it because I used to think that keto was a ridiculous diet. I used to think it was a fad diet. And I used to think it was really unsafe because, we have been told for years and years and years that eating a lot of fat is not good for you. Luckily, there is a lot more research and studies that are coming out now that prove that keto is actually healthy, and eating a high fat diet is not bad for you. It's the sugar, the carbs, all of the seed oils, all of the garbage that, we've been told is okay. It's actually all of that stuff that causes the inflammation in your body and causes problems. So I just wanted to share. I just had my labs done. And so I have a lot of people who lecture me about you can't eat that much fat because it is going to make your cholesterol go so high. It's going to cause heart problems. You're going to die. Like, people really think that, the way that I'm eating is dangerous. And, I get it. I get it. I used to be that way too, until I did the research and educated myself. And now I understand that keto is actually probably the healthiest diet that you could possibly eat. But, it's hard for people to understand and make that transition and, that mind shift after we've been told incorrectly for so many years that, you're not supposed to eat fat. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but anyway. So that's my little introduction to this video. And so after lots and lots and lots of conversations with people who have, told me how dangerous my eating habits are, and that eating high fat is going to, raise my cholesterol, cause health problems, blah, 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 blah. I decided that I would share my lab work with you. I just had it done last month. So it is currently July of 2022. And so last month in June is when I had my annual physical, had all my fasting labs done. So just a quick little recap about my like my history with my health history. So I do have a video that I posted on YouTube that's kind of a year in review. I had a heck of a year in 2021. So it kind of is a recap of all of the things that I've been dealing with. But just a short little overview of my health issues. So number one, I have hypothyroidism. So I've been on medication for my thyroid issues for many, many years. So I do go and get my blood work done every 6 months just to check where my thyroid levels are, just to make sure that, everything's where it needs to be. I had some issues last year with my thyroid was kind of going crazy, but it's pretty stable right now. But so if you have thyroid issues, you understand that it can be a real battle. It can be very, very challenging. So lots of ups and downs with that. And then one of the other significant problems that I have is IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. And if you struggle with that, you understand that can be kind of a nightmare too. I've had lots of issues with, there's a lot of foods that cause a lot of issues with my stomach. And so I used to always think that, like we're told by everybody, is that you have to eat all of these fruits and vegetables all the time. And so what I have learned over the last few years is that there are a lot of vegetables that do not agree with me. And so, if there are foods that make you feel really horrible and do horrible things to your body, it's okay to not eat them. I mean, I know everybody thinks that you have to eat, tons and tons of vegetables to be healthy. It's not true. I just, if you can tolerate vegetables, great. I love vegetables. I love them. I love to eat them. I love all of them. They don't love me back. And I have just learned that there are certain ones I can eat and I can do okay with them. There are certain ones that absolutely will not touch my lips ever again because they cause a nightmare in my stomach. So it took a lot of, you know, it took a lot of learning and trial and error and just lots of different things that I've tried to learn that, there are some vegetables I can have, but for the most part, I feel best if I just don't eat them. And so anyway, my IBS is so much better. I don't have the issues that I used to have. I don't know. I feel a lot better. So another thing that I just want to mention as just kind of a, introduction into my labs. So I talked a lot about this in my year in review video, but I'm just going to talk about it again because of my labs, because I want you to understand how exciting some of this stuff is. So last year, my doctor pointed out that since 2017, my hematocrit has been elevated. Just every single year that I've had my blood work done for the last, however many years since 2017, every year I've had my blood work done, it has continued to go up and up and up. So your hematocrit has to do with your red blood cells. So basically I have too many red blood cells. So last year, she decided to do some extra testing, sent me to a specialist, tried to figure out what's causing my hematocrit to be so elevated. And so they did what was called a blood smear, just to kind of look at my blood cells a little bit better. Initially, they thought maybe I had polycythemia vera, which is a rare blood cancer. And so you can imagine that last year it was an emotional year last year because I had a lot of things happening. And, when you hear the doctor say that you might have that, it's a little terrifying. So I went and saw a blood specialist, which is a hematologist, and he did a test that is like to test for a genetic mutation that actually is present in that blood cancer, and it came back negative. So that was a relief. And so the hematologist, he said that since all of my other numbers looked really good and it was just my hematocrit that was not looking normal, he wasn't overly concerned. He just wanted to continue to monitor my blood levels. So, it wasn't very reassuring at that point because I was like, well, it's still not normal. What's causing it? It's like, I want to know what is causing it. And I don't know. They just were like, we don't know, but, we're not worried about it. So okay, I don't know if you can hear that, but he is like moaning and grunting. Apologize for the crazy sounds. But anyway, so, I was concerned, but the doctor wasn't concerned. So, it is what it is. We just were continuing to monitor. So, one thing that I started doing last year, and I don't know, I am not saying 100% sure that this is what helped, but we purchased an infrared sauna. And so I started sitting in the sauna, not every day, but most days, like probably maybe 4 or 5 days a week. I started sitting in the infrared sauna just because, we knew that there were supposed to be health benefits and it was very relaxing and it feels really good. So I added that to my daily routine, or almost daily. And so then when I went back to get my blood work done for my next 6-month checkup, for the first time, my hematocrit was normal. And my doctor's like, what are you doing different? What have you changed? Because it usually is always elevated. And so I'm like, I don't know. The only thing new or different that I had added to my routine was that I was sitting in the sauna. So I was convinced that sauna was helping with something with my circulation, my blood cells, whatever. So I thought, well, this time it's normal. So we'll see what happens next time. So just got my blood work done again last month. And I'm really excited to say that my hematocrit is in normal range again. So that was one of the most exciting things about my blood work, because I was really nervous about it, thinking, gosh, if it's back up again, what the heck is going on? What is causing this? Still don't know really what was causing it, but I'm just excited that it's in normal range again. So anyway, that's my whole spiel, my introduction to this video. So, okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to just review my labs with you. And if I can figure out how to share my screen. I am still learning all of the technical stuff, just all the stuff. I'm getting better with it since I've been doing YouTube videos, but I'm still learning. So anyway, I'm going to see if I can share the screen here. Okay, there it is. Okay, so what I did is I just kind of like copy pasted my lab values from the report online into a Word document so that I could easily, scroll through it. And then I have written down the normal ranges. So I'm just going to kind of walk through everything. So, okay, so like I said, I got my labs done last month. So in June, you can see June 14th. And so, okay, one of the complaints that I had a lot last year was just being tired all the time, which is pretty normal when it comes to thyroid issues. So my doctor has done a lot of different tests just to make sure, certain things are in normal range to see what was causing me to be so tired. So last month I wasn't feeling too bad, but I still do have some issues with tiredness at times. And so she decided to check my vitamin B12, which is beautiful. It's 555 and the normal range for my lab. So when I tell you the normal ranges, they can be a little bit different from lab to lab. So for the lab that did my blood tests, the normal range is 180 to 914. So that is good. And so she really just did a full panel of blood work, like just all the basic stuff. So obviously, so like she checked a full metabolic panel. So my sodium is good, 136, and the normal range is 134 to 145. My potassium is good, 4.5. The normal range is 3.5 to 5.1. Chloride is good, CO2 is good. The anion gap, that has to do with the balance of your electrolytes. Obviously, that's normal too. Let's see. Okay, so then my fasting glucose, which obviously I was fasting for these labs for all of them. So 95, which is normal. The normal range is 70 to 105. And then the calcium, 9.1, that's normal. I mean, everything's looking really good, right? 8.4 to 10.2 is the normal range. Okay, now the next 3 tests on this page are for your liver. And I mean, I've had a lot of people say to me, you can't eat that way. It's hard on your liver. You can't eat that way. It's hard on your kidneys. You can't eat that way. It's bad for your heart. I mean, all of my liver tests are normal. So the ALT is 18, normal range is 7 to 52. AST, my number is 22, normal range is 12 to 48. Albumin, 4.5. The normal range is 3.5 to 5.7. So all of that is my liver's fine. I know I've had a lot of people concerned. Okay, so let me see if I can move down to the next page here. Okay. So then we did the complete blood count, which includes the white blood cells, red blood cells, hemoglobin, hematocrit. And like I talked about before, I am so excited. My hematocrit was in normal range. Oh my God, so excited. So it's 46.7. The range is 37 to 47. So I'm really excited about that. And then obviously all of my other numbers are good too. They are all within normal range. And then I'm not even going to talk about the different parts of the complete blood count. I mean, it's, they're all normal. And so then my TSH, so my doctor generally checks my TSH every 6 months to monitor my medication. Honestly, I wish that she would check more of my thyroid labs each time, but I mean, it's really hard to convince, doctors when they've been doing something a certain way and been told something a certain way for so many years. It's hard to, it's hard to get them to change that. So it is what it is. But my TSH was actually very good this time. It was normal, 2.86. The normal range is 0.3 to 4.0. So we didn't do any changes to my thyroid medications this time. I had a lot of adjustments last year, but I truly believe that because I did the year of the carnivore diet and really focused on eating high fat, I feel like it's really done wonders to help with my hormones and my thyroid. So we didn't do any adjustments to my medications last month. So I'm just staying where I'm at with that. And then the next page. Okay, so again, the total bilirubin, that's another liver test. And it's normal, 0.6. The normal range is 0.3 to 1.3. Okay, so then the next few tests are for the kidneys, the BUN, the creatinine, the EGFR, the total protein, all of that stuff. It has to do with your kidneys. And so again, I have had so many people tell me, oh my God, you cannot eat that much protein. You were going to destroy your kidneys. And that is just, I mean, it's just another one of those things that people been told, and now they're finding that it's not true. I mean, it's not true. So my kidney function is perfect. So all of those numbers are within normal range. My BUN is 18. The normal range is 7 to 25. My creatinine is 0.71. The normal range is 0.6 to 1.2. And then you just want your EGFR to be greater than 60, according to my laboratory that did these labs. Mine's 105. My total protein is 7. Normal range is 6.4 to 8.9. So all of that is good. So now I know this is what everybody has been waiting for, my cholesterol numbers. Okay, so yes, it is elevated. My total cholesterol is 265. The normal range is 100 to 200. Okay, so yes, that is elevated. But I want to point out to you, look at my HDL. My HDL, which they kind of call your good cholesterol, you want that number to be high, it's 111. I mean, that is why my total cholesterol is higher than normal, is because my HDL is so high. And that is amazing. That is like absolutely amazing. So my doctor was not concerned at all with the elevated cholesterol, because she's like, it's because of your good cholesterol. Your HDL is amazing. So the normal range for HDL is 40 to 60, but that doesn't mean that it's bad if you're above 60. I mean, the higher the better with your HDL. So I'm pretty happy with that, with the 111. Gosh, if I can get it higher than that, I'll be so excited. But the point is that the total cholesterol number is not really that significant, really. Really, I'm just so excited about my HDL. So the LDL, which they call your bad cholesterol. So I'm in normal range for that. I'm on the upper end of normal. So the normal range is 0 to 130. But even if that number was elevated, I would not be concerned, because there are a lot of studies out now that show that cholesterol really is protective of your body. And a lot of the people that are having heart attacks are not people who have high cholesterol. So I'm not really concerned about it. If it were to be higher than that, I would be okay with it. It wouldn't bother me. So the triglycerides, this is kind of a touchy little subject for me. So the normal range is 10 to 150. So technically I am good. I'm at 124. That is good. So last year, no, 2 years ago, when I got my cholesterol checked, because my doctor didn't check it last year because it was so good the year before. So she didn't think that we needed to check it. So 2 years ago, my triglycerides were 65. So they've gone up a little bit. And I kind of think that this is just what I think. I don't know for sure if this is what it is, but this is what I think. So I was doing, full keto. I was doing really low carb, high fat. And then I got my labs checked and my triglycerides were 65, and that was beautiful. And then last year I was doing carnivore, didn't get them checked last year. I kind of wish I would have. And then this year, at the beginning of this year, since I'd been feeling so good, doing so good, I decided to start reintroducing more keto foods into my eating plan. And so last year and kind of the year before, I was staying like around 10 to 15 carbs a day, sometimes 20. And so this year I have really been playing around with a lot of different foods that I don't normally eat. And so my total carb intake has been higher than what it has been over the last few years. And so I kind of think that the beginning of this year, because I was eating more maybe processed keto stuff, trying to reintroduce more things, definitely eating more total carbs than what I had been. I kind of started looking at net carbs this year instead of total carbs. And I just think that all of that extra stuff that I was adding in has caused my triglycerides to go up. So I'm curious to see, I really want to get them checked again next year and just see how it changes. My husband just started doing the keto diet with me this year, which is very exciting. But one thing that has, I've been doing to kind of help him is I've been making more keto treats. I've been buying more processed keto stuff. So because when you first start keto, those things are super helpful, to have those processed keto things when you're used to eating a lot of the sweet stuff, it's hard to just give it up cold turkey. And so, making some of those other things and buying some of those things, it helps with the transition. So in the whole process of all of that, I too have been trying some of those extra things. Like he is a huge fan of cereal. Like it was really going to be really hard for him to give up cereal. So we ended up ordering some of the Magic Spoon cereal that is a keto cereal. And so obviously I had to try it, right? And then I also make, different like keto fat bombs that have a sweetener. And I feel like this year I have been trying more keto things than what I had been eating over the last couple of years. And so I kind of think that is why my triglycerides went up from the last time. Now, again, they're within normal range, but my goal, I really want to get the triglycerides back down at least below 100. So I don't know, that's my goal. But anyway, my cholesterol numbers, I believe, are incredible. I think they look absolutely amazing. So I'm not concerned. And I don't think any of you should be either. So, before you decide that you're going to call me up or you're going to send me a message or, whatever, and tell me how concerned you are about how I'm eating, I just want you to know my cholesterol is fine. All of my labs are fine. My blood pressure is fine. Everything is fine. Like my blood pressure runs anywhere from 100 to 120 over like 60 to 80. It just depends on the day and what I'm doing and how active and stressed out I am. But my blood pressure is fine and my heart rate's fine. Everything's fine. Stop worrying about me. Okay, so now the next page, I decided to include some of my previous studies. So the ones I just got done reviewing, those were all from last month. So they're pretty current. So I just wanted to kind of show you some of the recent ones that I've had done. So in February of this year, my doctor did decide to check a T4. She doesn't ever do that, but I was really glad that she did, just because I've always been wanting her to check more than just my TSH. But so my T4 was good. It was 1.67. The normal range is 0.79 to 1.77. So that is within normal range. She decided to check my my vitamin D3 in February as well. Now, it says it's within normal range. The normal range is 30 to 100. And so it does fall in the normal range at 41.85. I do want to get that a little bit higher. I would like to see that like maybe 50 or 60. I added a vitamin D supplement that I recently started taking just within the last few months. When I go out in the sun, I always use sunscreen. And I know that for some people, they think that that's just this big taboo thing. And you need, vitamin D, so you need to not use sunscreen. But I've had some scares with skin biopsies. And I had one biopsy that they determined if, it hadn't been caught, it would have turned into melanoma. So, it's a little scary when you hear those things. And so I always use sunscreen. And so, that kind of blocks the vitamin D absorption. So I don't know, but I mean, it's in normal range, but I would like it a little bit higher. Okay, so last December, December of last year, she did check my magnesium and it was good. It was 2, and the normal range is 1.9 to 2.7. And then a year ago, so June of last year, she checked my iron labs because, like I said, I had been struggling with a lot of fatigue last year. I mean, I still have my days. I will say that if I eat really, really high fat, my energy is so much better and I feel so much better. Like today, I feel amazing. And I believe that it's because yesterday I ate a lot of fat. Like I ate an entire stick of butter. I ate some eggs, I ate some ground beef. But I have noticed that the days that I really, really eat high fat, I feel really, really good then. So my goal is to just, make every day a high fat day. So I feel this good every day because I truly do feel amazing today. And I believe that is why. So anyway, a year ago, she checked, my iron and ferritin levels, and they were all in normal range. I'm not going to go through the normal ranges for all of them, just to say they're all normal. So, that's fine. And then in December of 2020, just out of, I guess, curiosity, my doctor decided to check my hemoglobin A1C. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear him, but he is sleeping so deeply right now. He's making funny noises, but I don't think you probably can hear him. But so anyway, so hemoglobin A1C, I was glad she checked it. I mean, I'm not diabetic. I've never had any issues, with my blood sugars, but I think it's just one of those things that I think that everyone should have checked at least once. So I was glad that she checked it, and it was good. 4.6. I wasn't expecting it to be bad, but I just wanted to share this, even though it was from a couple of years ago. I just wanted to share because I don't think she'll probably ever check it again. So 4.6, the normal range is 4.0 to 5.6. So my hemoglobin A1C is pretty perfect. So, and like I said, so it's a common lab that doctors use for people who have diabetes, because it's a better indicator of what your blood sugars are running from day to day to day, versus just, a poke in your finger, like a test in time or whatever. The hemoglobin A1C gives a really good picture of what your overall blood sugar management is. So I was glad that she checked it. I wasn't concerned. So, okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, so I'm pretty healthy. I mean, for all of the people who have been so concerned about me, the way I'm eating is so unhealthy. I mean, my labs don't agree with that statement. I mean, my labs show that I'm pretty healthy and I feel pretty good. So anyway, okay, I know you guys had to have heard that. That was pretty loud. At least I think you heard that. I'm surprised he has not left. Oh, he likes to scratch his face on that blanket. Look at that. Isn't that so funny? I'm surprised he has not gotten up and left, because usually when I'm talking a lot, he gets annoyed with me and he just leaves. But so anyway, so that's it. I'm going to stop rambling now. I just wanted to share my labs with you because I was pretty happy with them for the most part. And I know that so many people just really believe that the keto diet is super unhealthy. And my hope is that, all of the research and studies that are, coming out all the time, I'm just really hoping that it's going to help people understand that the keto diet is actually really healthy. It is the carbs, the sugar, the processed junk, the seed oils, all of the other garbage that actually causes all of the health problems. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you don't already follow me on Facebook and or Instagram, be sure to follow me. I share a lot in my stories. I do like to do YouTube videos, but sometimes I just don't find the time to do them. So I pretty much live in my stories every day on Instagram and on my Facebook page. So you can find links to those down below. I will drop my link tree down below so you know how to get connected with me. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks for stopping by.